Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make a 4-inch boutique stacked bow like this one with the feather boa and the little side bows and everything. Okay, the material that you're going to need is you're going to need 7/8 of an inch wide ribbon, and this one is 15 inches long. This is what's going to be used for the main bow right here in the middle. So it's 15 inches. And then you're also going to need 7/8 of an inch wide ribbon too, but all these are 4 inches long because again this is going to be a 4-inch bow. So you're going to need about 5 pieces. Since this is a 4-inch bow and it's a lot smaller, I usually only use 5 pieces for the spikes. This is what's going to be for the spikes back here. So these are all 4 inches long. You're also going to need a lined alligator clip. I have a tutorial on how to do this. It has the no-slip grip, the gripper on the inside. So I'll put the link to the tutorial right here on the screen. You're also going to need a 2.5-inch piece. This is going to be for the center, right here. So it's 2.5 inches long, and the size of this ribbon is 3/8 of an inch wide. And same with the one that you use for the alligator clip. It's 3/8 of an inch wide. You're also going to need 2 8-inch pieces of the 3/8 of an inch wide ribbon. These are going to be used for the loops that go around, these loops right here. So they're 8 inches long, and they're 3/8 of an inch wide ribbon. And you'll need another color, another coordinating color. These are the little mini bows that go on the side. And they're 4 inches long of the 3/8 of an inch wide ribbon. I have a tutorial on how to do these. I'll put the link right here on the screen. And of course you're going to need 2 of them. I used 4 inches of ribbon. Since this is a 4-inch bow, I used 4 inches of ribbon to make these little mini bows. Other materials that you're going to need is a needle with embroidery floss, and at the end you're going to tie a knot. A little knot right there. So you're going to need a needle with embroidery floss. You're going to need a lighter to heat seal the ends of your ribbon. You're going to need a pair of scissors to cut your ribbon, a good pair of scissors. You're going to need a ruler to measure your ribbon. And you're also going to need a glue gun. I'm using the Walmart brand. This is Walmart's high temperature with the multi-temperature glue sticks. These are $2 or $3 at Walmart. I'm using this one because the one that I got at Michael's that I've had for about a year now, it broke. And I'm sad, so I'm going to have to go buy another one. Yeah, so there's like a spring or something that was in here. When I went to go pull the trigger, it snapped. So I've had it for a while. It's getting old. It's turning all brown. So I'm going to have to go get another one. Yeah, and this is also a high temperature. I guess I'll get back here somewhere. I don't know. Maybe not. So yeah, they're high temperature glue gun. Yes, it does. It does say it. It says it right there. Okay. Enough of that. Let's get started on the bow. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the main ribbon that's going to be for the main bow, and we're going to fold it in half. And then we're going to take the top piece. Oops. And we're going to flip it over like this. And then pick it up. Get your scissors. And we're going to cut it at an angle. I actually use the basic boutique style bow for my main bow. You can also use the butterfly loop style bow. I'll put both the tutorials right here on the screen. So, but this one I'm using the basic boutique style for my center bow. But the butterfly loop bow works just the same. It's just a different way of folding it. Okay, so now we're going to get our lighter. We're going to heat seal the ends. Just run it along the end. Just like that. Until you feel a seal. And now we're going to fold it. You're going to take the long end like this. I think it's the other way. Yeah, this way. Okay. So you want the point to be facing that way. And we're going to start folding it. You just twist it like that. Make sure you really, really, really twist it if you want your loops a lot loopier. In the 4-inch bow, it's a lot harder to get the loop very loopy because it's a lot smaller. So I'll show you how to do the 5 and the 6-inch bow also in another video. Okay, so now we're going to take your bottom piece and we're going to fold it up like this and twist it. Make sure you twist it. Make sure the loop is nice and loopy. You're going to take this piece and you're going to fold it downwards like this, and we're going to slide it right here. Then we're going to take this bottom piece and we're going to fold it up. And my loops are a little bit uneven, so I'm going to do that again. And I'll do it again to show you. So I'm going to make my loops a little bit bigger. So you're going to do the first loop like this. The next loop like that. This one like this. And the bottom one up like that. Just like this. Now we're going to turn it over to the back and we're going to fold it, the accordion fold. We're going to fold it like this. And then we're going to fold this part down. And then we're going to take this piece and fold it up. And when you turn it over, it should look like this. I did that kind of slow, so it looks kind of funny. So let me do this again, because I didn't like how that turned out. I'm used to doing it fast. Okay, so we're going to take this, loop it like that, bottom piece like this, the other piece like this, and that one like that. And then right here you can like fix your loops a little bit. That looks a lot better. Now flip it over, and we're going to do the accordion fold. So it looks like this. Now we're going to take our needle with the embroidery floss and make sure at the end you tie a knot. And we're going to stick it right through the middle here. Just like that. So it's right through the middle. You're going to push it all the way through. Pull it all the way till it hits the knot, and we're going to wrap it tightly around the bow. You can do it as many times as you want. I usually just do it once or twice, but so please don't get out of the way. Okay, and then we're just going to tie it off. I can't see. I'm going to take your scissors and cut the extra string off. What I like to do before I even continue with the bow is I'll immediately tie another knot, because you don't want to be in the middle of folding a bow and then you go to put your needle through and you pull it all the way through and there's no knot. It's happened to me, so tie another knot and then put that to the side. Now you're going to get your bow. And this is the back, this is the front. After you fold it, it looks all flat and everything. Now we're going to fluff it up. This is where a lot of people, I get a lot of questions on how my bows look all fluffy after I tied it. And you just have to fluff it up. So what I do is I turn it to the back, and I get these two ends here, and I just push them towards the front of the bow, like that. And I do the same thing with this end. And at the same time I'm pushing this one inward while I'm pushing these out, like that. So when you turn your bow over, it's easier to fluff it up. So it looks like this. There is something going on outside. I think somebody's moving into the apartment next door. That's crazy. Well, it's super loud. Anyway, you probably didn't hear that, but that kind of scared me. Now what we're going to do is you're going to set this piece aside, and we are going to make the loops. It's okay, Madeline. It's okay. It's okay. She's getting all freaked out. Okay, so we're going to get our two 8-inch pieces, and we're going to heat seal the ends. So just get your lighter and quickly run it across the ends. Like so. In my other tutorial that I showed you on how to make this bow, I cut each piece individually. Excuse me. So, but now I'm going to show you how to do it where you can just do it in one constant piece. And I find it a lot quicker and a lot easier. So what you do is you just get one piece and you fold it in half. And you pinch it here until you get a crease. So when you open it up, you should have a crease. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to draw a little line so you guys can see it. So you guys can see what I'm doing in the next step. I usually don't do that, but I'm doing it just for the sake of the video. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my glue gun, and we're going to add a dot of glue right there, and a dot of glue right there. Excuse me. And you're going to get one of your pieces, and you're going to twist it like this, and you're going to place it on the glue right next to that line. The line is right there. So you're going to do it just like that. You're going to do the same thing with the others. You're going to take it and you're going to twist it, and you're going to place it right there, right next to it. So that way you have two loops. You're going to do the same thing with the other piece. Fold it in half, crease it. Again, I'm going to make the line just for you, so you guys can see. Get your glue gun, put a dot of glue right here, above and below the line. Oops. Twist the piece, just like that. Same thing with the other end. And the glue coming out over here. Okay. There you go. You have your two loops. Now we're going to put it on the back of this bow. So you turn the bow over to the back, get your glue gun, add a dot of glue right here and right there. You're going to get one of your pieces, and we're going to place it right here, just like that. You're going to do the same thing with the other piece, but on the other side. So that way the back of the bow looks like this. And when you turn it over, you have your loops. So again, we're going to set this piece aside. This piece is done. Now we're going to get our spikes, or the pieces that we're going to use for our spikes, and we're going to cut the spikes. So, what I do, maybe I'll just show you one. Well, I guess I'll show you with all of them. I usually like to stack at least 2 or 3 at a time. If I do 3, this is how I do it. I'll stack them on top of each other. I will fold it in half, like this. It's a lot quicker way of cutting them. And I'll have the open end, this part opens, facing downward. And you're going to get your scissors, and you're going to put it on the corner of the open end, and you're going to cut at an angle, just like that. And you're going to do the same thing with the other side. Sorry, my hand is all up in the camera. Okay. You're going to fold it in half. You're going to cut at an angle from the open end. Now what I like to do to heat seal them a lot quicker, I'll have them just like this. And I'll get the lighter, and I'll just quickly run it across each piece like that. And I'll do the same thing with the other end. Don't hold it for too long, because then your spike corners will start to curl in. But just enough to where you can have a seal, so it doesn't fray. Okay, I'm going to put those aside, and we're going to do the other two pieces. What I do is, if I'm doing just two pieces, I'll put them together like this. I'll fold it in half, like that. Fold it like this, and again, the open end that's down here on the bottom, I'm going to cut at an angle. Just like that. And then I open it up, and I do the same thing with my lighter. Sorry, that was the turtle. If you heard that water splash, the turtle jumped into the water. And Madeline freaked out. Okay, now we're going to do our spikes. Now in this case, since I have 3 that have polka dots. Are you okay, Madeline? What's wrong with you? She's being all spazzy. Okay. Since I have 3 that have polka dots and the other 2, this is actually purple. I don't know why it looks so blue in the... Anyway, sorry. 3 that have polka dots and then 2 that are solid. So the way I'm going to do my spikes is I'm going to get one of the polka dots. I'm going to do every other one. You can do it however you choose, whatever, but this is how I'm going to show you. And I'm going to have them facing, the printed side facing down. So you're going to get one piece and you're going to put the printed side facing down. Then you're going to get one of the solid pieces, or one of the other pieces. And you're going to place it on it just like that, to where the corners touch. Then you're going to get the other solid piece and do the same thing. Just like that. So you make an X. Then you're going to get another polka dot piece, and you're going to do the same thing. The corners meet, just like that. And this end too. It's hard to see. I usually look straight down at it, but there's a camera right here, so hopefully it looks even. Okay, looks good enough. There. And then what I do is I press right here in the middle, so that way it doesn't move, and I pick it up like this, but carefully so that you're not moving it around. Turn it over, and then we do the accordion fold. This one you're going to fold towards you first. This end you're going to fold towards you first. Like this. Then you're going to fold this one down, and then you're going to fold this one towards you. Like that. And when you turn it over, it looks like this. Again, you're going to get your needle and your embroidery floss, and we're going to stick the needle down the center, just like you did with the main bow. Just like that. Push it all the way through, and wrap it around. Okay. It's hard to do it when there's a camera there. And we're going to tie it off. Okay. And you're going to cut off the excess. Okay, again, tie your knot. And I have the spikes that are not fluffed up yet. What I usually do is, this is going to be the front. I'm going to take these 2 ends, and I'm going to push them towards the back, like that. So that way when you lay them down, they're all your spikes. Okay, now, if you don't want to add the feather boa, you can now go ahead and glue this piece right onto here. This is a purple bow, and it looks so blue in the camera. That's so weird. My camera's colorblind or something. Okay, so yeah, you'll just go ahead and glue this just like that, and you'll, wrap this around or whatever. Yeah, but we're going to add the feather boa. I get a lot of requests on how I do the feather boa. So you're going to get your spikes, you're going to get the feather boa, and when you buy it, it's going to have like, oh, come here. It's going to have like the string or whatever. I usually just cut that piece off. But I had already done it to, oh, so sorry. I had already done it to this end right here. So what I do is I'm going to get it and I'm going to measure. I'm going to put it, just lay it on top like that and measure how much I want, which where my thumb is, that's where I want to cut it. So I want it about that long. Then I'm going to separate the feathers like this. I'm just going to be pulling them apart in the spot where I want to cut it. Just like that. And you get your scissors. And you just cut. Now what I do is I'll take this piece and I'll go and shake it in the trash can. That way all the little feathers, you're going to still get feathers that are going to fly around, but that way the majority of them fall into the trash can. So just shake it into the trash can. And you can put that piece aside. Then I'm going to carefully pick up this piece because these feathers, there's some that are on the end that are going to fall off. And I'll go ahead and shake that in the trash can too. Okay, so there you go. Now you have your piece that you're going to use. Now we're going to get our spikes, add glue right here, just like that. See? It looks purple. You can see purple. I'm telling you it's purple. Okay, and we're just going to place it right on top, and I'll just press it right here in the middle. Until the glue is dry. I usually like to wait till the glue is dry, that way it doesn't move around, because it is a little bit harder to work with. Okay. Now you're going to get this piece, turn it over, and we're going to add glue right here to the back. My line is spazzing out. Okay, you're going to add glue just like that, turn it over, and you're going to place it right in the middle. And you're going to hold it for a while until the glue dries. Because you don't want it to be moving around. Because the feathers, the glue will usually just stick to the feather part and not really seep into the main rope part that's in the middle of the feathers. Okay. There you go. Now we're going to turn it over and we're going to add your middle piece. You can add a base bow, like another bow to the back here, which is what most of these bows usually have, like the boutique stacked bows. But since it's 4 inches, I think it adds, to me personally, I think it adds way too much for the 4-inch bow. But for the 5 or the 6-inch bow or anything that's bigger, it looks perfect. But the 4-inch bow is so small that it's up to you. If you want to put a base bow, you just do another one of these, of this main bow here, and just glue it to the back. That's all you have to do. Okay. So you're going to put a little dot of glue right there. Add one end, and I forgot to heat seal it. Forgot to tell you guys to heat seal it. Always heat seal, so that way it doesn't unravel. Okay, now what I do is I usually just separate the feathers like this. I'll pull them apart, and I'll push that through. And I'll do the same thing going this way. Usually pull the feathers apart and push it through. Now I usually pull it as tight as I want it. Okay. And since this is going to overlap a lot, I'm going to cut a little bit of it off, just so that it glues directly to the back and doesn't wrap around to the front again. And just add a dot of glue right in there and press it down. Just like that. That's the back of your bow. Turn it over, and now you can fix everything up. Because when you were twisting the piece around, you messed up everything. And now sometimes I'll fix the feathers. I'll just mess with them so that they look spread out a lot more even around the bow. The 4-inch bow is not really my favorite because it doesn't look so full, but a lot of people order it, so that's why I'm making this video first, because a lot of people like the 4-inch bow because it's smaller. But the 5-inch bow is my favorite. It's my favorite size. This right here is an example of a 5-inch bow. It just looks so much better than the 4-inch. But that's just my personal opinion. Okay. Now we're going to get the lined alligator clip, and we're going to add a line of glue right here. You're going to place it on the back just like that. Now turn it over, and now we're going to add these bows. So what I do with that is I'll add a little dot of glue right here, and then I'll add a little dot of glue right there, and that way when you press it down, this is not flopping around when you have the bow on there. Because the bow is heavy. Add a dot of glue right there and right here. There's one side bow. I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. And so there you go. You have a 4-inch basic boutique stacked hair bow. I'll do the video for the 5-inch and the 6-inch next. So hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, leave them down below. Thanks for watching.